Thanks for listening to the Kojima Frequency. If you're enjoying the show and want to help support it, make sure to check us out at patreon.com/KojimaFreak. Unmetal's a good time.
Yeah, and I do think the gameplay's really good, and I've said this before, but I just don't like that it's forced non-lethal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did get to that point where you got to like revive people if you shoot them and shit. I'm like, that's a novel device, but I hate it. Like,
I get that he was writing the game based around his own like beliefs. You shouldn't kill people, shouldn't harm animals, that kind of thing. But like at the same time, you know, you're not every player, and every player having the choice to do that or not, and then being rewarded for not doing that is much better than saying, no, this is how this universe works. You can't kill anyone.
Well, the worst part is that it was using up your fucking health kits that you would use to heal. So you're like, I don't want to use this. This is for me, damn it.
Yeah. I'm on like a streamer pack, Angelus, on the PC version. You have to enter a cheat code, and then I replace a character in every level.
It would have been so much better, though, if I had introduced you to Doug Walker before you made recordings for Unmetal.
No, it would not have.
Would that have influenced the overall performance, you think?
Yes, it would have. Yeah. I might have done a fucking Dracula impression the whole time.
Hey, I'm Fingers.
Yo, it's Apache Smash.
Hey everyone, this is Days Ahead.
And I'm Nitroid. You're listening to the Kojima Frequency.
So, happy 35th, everybody.
Yeah, Metal Gear as a whole ass franchise here.
Yeah, 35 years is a long time, and we got the news that they are going to bring the games back to the store at some point. So the games, the HD collection of 2 and 3, was on some digital stores for consoles that are not modern or relevant anymore. And they were taken off very unceremoniously. I think, what was it a year ago at this point?
Maybe a little bit over that, yeah. Like,
Yep.
It wasn't more than a year. No way. What have I been doing?
Playing Final Fantasy 14.
True. Was it more than a year ago, though? Serious? Holy shit.
let's see. I'm gonna look it up actually, just to Konami delist Metal Gear remasters due to rights. So that was November. Okay.
Okay, so it wasn't more than a year. Thank fuck. Holy shit.
And the announcement of them bringing it back was just as unceremonious too, right? Like it was just some tweet that was, I don't think it was even translated. Like y'all had to like inform me on that one.
It was, but it was there was like a 2-day delay between the news and then I guess that's the thing with it being a Japanese company, but I don't know. It feels like no one is on the ball with this stuff, and there was no warning that they were going to be taken down either. There was no thing ahead of time where like, oh, these games are getting taken down.
Yeah.
You know, buy them quick. It was like they're not on the store anymore. We hope to have them back soon, and then we hit the 35th anniversary of Metal Gear, like the 35 years in the making, and they're like, yeah, we're going to bring the games back at some point. It did feel kind of shitty, and like I do hope they bring them back. Like I hope that is what they're actually working on, and they're going to bring it back. Like that's good, but it does feel kind of shitty that was how we celebrated 35 years.
You might get them back sometime. Like, and like the tweet says, like we ask for your patience as preparations are underway to make the temporarily removed titles available again. So that's just like. We have no clue what stage they're in with that. That could be like a year from now. That could be next month. I don't know.
Exactly. Like, what the hell's going on? I think the real 35th anniversary celebration was your newest track, Fingers. That's what I enjoyed most about the day.
Yeah, Return of Foxhounder. It's a banger as is. So yeah, I woke up that morning and was like, oh yeah, I normally do like a anniversary like cover or something, and I was like, just look through stuff. I was like, yeah, I haven't done that one yet. So that was actually the morning that I recorded with Shaine for her Mother Base podcast. So like I woke up, worked on that for a little bit, recorded with her, and then wrapped that up and had it up by like early afternoon. So yeah,
I like it a lot. I've been playing that one on my stream. I think we all did like various things on the day. I completed every difficulty of Metal Gear Solid 3 back to back.
Yeah, I've been noticeably quiet because I don't want to admit that I didn't do shit that day, but I really enjoyed everyone's creative endeavors. You know, Fingers your song, Apache your streams, and then Nitroid had built his own little custom logo for it, which was really, really great looking.
Yeah, he's awesome at that. At like perfectly doing it, and he was doing it in like a vector form too, so you can like size it up all the way as much as you want, and it'll be perfect.
The amount of effort and love that went into making that, it took him so long as well. Like it.
Yeah, y'all should have seen the group chat. It was like, what do you guys think about this? Oh no, never mind. Let me take that back. What do you think about this? Like he was really asking for input there.
Once he got that positioning of that 35, it was like, there we go. It all came together. But dude, that stream that you did, every difficulty, hold on, we gotta go back. What the fuck?
I like how you thought that was a good idea at first, and then it just sort of tapered out very quickly.
Like towards the end, people were like, "Oh, he's not responding to chat," and I'm like barely trying to hang on to like my controller. At one point, Fingers and Nitroid came into the stream. And
yeah, we had to dip out before.
and I was like, holy shit, thank God someone else is here. Like, because I just felt like I was losing my mind by the time I got to hard. And everything was against me. My stream crashed 3 times. My computer froze. My actual OBS crashed. And then my live split broke. And I was like, holy crap, everything is against me. And that just made me feel like even more I need to finish this run. And because the like recordings all got messed up, I have to go back and do it again. Like I have to do it to myself again. I'm not a person who like plans things. I didn't have that planned for the 35th anniversary. I just woke up and was like, I should probably do something. Let's do like an 8-hour stream. Most of my streams are like 2-3 hours max. So yeah, it was really tough. It was really tough. Not so much the game. I mean, the game's fine, but just playing for that long is quite difficult.
Oh yeah, man. I gotta take breaks like way sooner than that. Like shit.
There's so much mental energy to it too. Like you have to just, your social battery is on overdrive. I feel like when you stream.
It's like constant playing as well, right? Because I do speedruns of the games. If you do story playthroughs, there's multiple times during the game where you can chill for like up to 15 minutes and just enjoy the cutscenes. Like I'm constantly skipping that. It's literally just gameplay. So yeah, that it was rough, but I like learned a lot about myself, and I think people who came and watched enjoyed it too. So it was well worth doing.
Yeah, man, it was a good time. Yeah, I remember your buddy was like, "Yeah, comms had to quit before the run." Yeah, and shit. Today we had Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake's birthday.
Happy birthday, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake. Good game.
Yeah. 32, an awkward age that it's kind of weird to celebrate, but it's fine. It's good. It's a good enough game to be celebrated every year.
I do like how Apache made that joke that was like Metal Gear if it stopped when it was political, and then it stopped like at the first like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then like the next day Kojima tweets about Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, like, yes, this is a political fiction.
Yeah.
And then he also noted that like his original plot for the story, this just cracked me up, and I don't know if this has been said before, but he said like the original plot for the story was like, yeah, we were supposed to have folks taking over a nuclear warhead storage facility, but they just thought it was too much. It was too crazy of a story to tell. So they said, no, you have to make it more more grounded. And so he took that script and he just saved it for MGS1.
Yeah, it's I mean, we could go on all day about how he was ahead of his time and stuff, but it's just funny how it was only a few years later where it's like, yeah, this is completely fine now. This makes complete sense. Yeah. I really love that tweet, and I don't think there's any correlation between my political tweet and his political tweet. I know that sometimes Hideo Kojima tweets stuff, and people think that they're sending direct messages to them. but I'm not one of those people. I
promise you, I did not make
no,
that
absolutely not. And I
that was just great timing.
I dread the thought of him ever looking at my Twitter. Like, please do not look at it.
Yeah. Most terrifying and satisfying moments of your life can be when one of your heroes or someone you're a fan of follows you and you're like, fuck yeah. And then you realize, oh, they get to see my most vulnerable moments in shitposts. This isn't good.
Yeah, like, oh god, they're gonna look at it. Oh great, this person I really respect follows me. Oh god, they're gonna actually look at what I post.
Was there anything else, like, the day kind of went by pretty fast. I've been packing for my trip. Was there anything else that, like, was happening as a result of the MG2 birthday?
Not really. Like, I don't, yeah, like, even I didn't wake up and go, like, oh, time for a new remix. Like, I was just like, yeah, I got Theme of Solid Snake in the bank and just kind of, like, retweeted, like, just reposted that old thing. And, that actually got, pretty well received today. So,
also a banger.
I don't know. That's just one of those classic games that's just like, yeah, we all know it's good. Like, nobody really talks shit about Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake unless they just, like, hate retro games. Like, it's, I don't think I've really seen it.
Ooh, the graphics. I can't stand the graphics.
Yeah. Nobody, it is weird. Nobody really talks shit about MG2.
We know like nothing was going to be done for it when like not a lot was done for the 35th. I certainly wasn't like no one was even expecting Konami to do anything for it. Like,
I mean, I left my like obligatory reply tweet under the Metal Gear's accounts tweet today, just for like, hey, yeah, it'd be awesome if you brought it to PC. Like, maybe hit up GOG.
It really would be.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that like the only modern way to play MG2 is like just barely coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have no time frame, right? Hopefully one day.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, not even saying like a date or anything. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on. Normally I can like hazard a guess, but with this, there's just nothing to go on. It feels very surreal.
It seems like they're just focused on other IPs right now. Like, like Ninja Turtles is just getting all the focus, and then from here out, like, who knows? But like they've got their other like indie games, that like Crime Site game, which it's like more complicated Clue. I'm not here for it.
I was gonna say, Apache, I know you're getting back to I was gonna ask, you said that you were gonna go insane if you didn't clear your world record last night for Blindfold. How did that work out?
My profile picture is now Doug Walker.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I'm losing my goddamn mind. I'm trying to get the Tanker Blindfolded world record, like, before I move on to like all the other stuff I want to do. So I want to like route plan, get back into Metal Gear Solid 3, tons of stuff. But I'm just trapped in this tanker every single day playing as Snake. Got my blindfold on. Yesterday was a mess, right? At one point, I don't know where I put my blindfold. My controller stopped working. I was just like losing my mind over this game. And every few minutes of doing runs, I'm taking a break to listen to Doug Walker's The Wall. And I'm just slowly going insane. But like, hopefully,
I made such a mistake introducing you to that man.
Yeah, like just a week ago, I didn't know who he was, and now he's ruining my life every single day. But, and I'm not even a huge fan of Pink Floyd. It's just so bad. But yeah, I'm trying to get the Tanker Blindfolded world record at the moment. The run that is world record is a 7:43. I think I can get like a 7:20. I've just got to get this run to come together. I've also been working and stuff. I haven't just been sitting in my room doing Tanker Blindfolded. I've been sat in my room, sometimes working and sometimes doing Tanker Blindfolded. It's like a 50-50. But like I thought it would be like a one day thing. I would just, I would do a little bit more of the routing, figure some stuff out, and then just go and get the run. But it hasn't worked out like that, and I'm 5 days in. I'm about to be 6 days in with no record, but I will get it, and then I'll be free of the curse.
That problem will just be another brick in the wall for you.
Exactly.
Right now, he's just comfortably numb.
I am.
Comfortably Doug.
Yeah.
So aside from you actually trying to get that world record, I know you're also a blindfold run an evangelist. And I want you to explain this, because this whole plot is bewildering me, but
Okay, so in speedrunning, there are obviously games that are more popular than others, and that will always be the case. There are many hundreds of people who have done runs of Mario 64, and there is there's quite a lot of runners for Metal Gear Solid 2. We have I think on the V full game leaderboard, we have 100 people just for PC now. So it's pretty popular, but it's a drop in the bucket compared to some of these bigger games like Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, insert Mario title here. They just have many hundreds more people. But I'm looking at the Blindfolded gaming leaderboard. So we have a website for Blindfolded speedrunners, and Blindfolded gaming tracks number of runners for each game, and it shows the most popular titles. So the most popular Blindfolded game in the world is for some reason Super Smash Bros. Melee, probably because it's got some really short runs. Mario 64 is second, and I thought wow, we've got 7 runners for Blindfolded MGS2. If we just get a few more, we can become the most popular blindfolded speedrun game on Earth. And we have the benefit of having the tanker. The tanker is a very short portion of the game, as you all know. When you do the speedrun cited, it can be done in less than 6 minutes. But blindfolded, current record is 7:43. Most people start out in kind of the 15-minute range mark. But you can learn it in one sitting. So I called out all the other runners of the game, and I was like, listen, we can make history here. We can be the most popular blindfolded speedrun game in the world. I just need all you nerds to learn this game. And I've already had 3 people pick it up. I'm giving personal training to anyone that wants to learn it. I've made a tutorial for it. I will sit and I will get you through that tanker. All you have to do is close your eyes and think of Solid Snake.
Hit up Apache Smash if you want to hop in on this, and we'll get you going.
And please look forward to my blindfold 2-hour tanker run coming down the line.
There's a guy. He's called Saver. He does blindfolded speedruns of so many games, loads of games. But he looked at my tutorial, never playing a Metal Gear game before, and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this." And he got a 19-minute time, and he never played Metal Gear before. He just did it in an afternoon. So anyone can do it. I assure you, anyone can get through that tanker blindfolded.
I mean, I'm gonna give the Ghost Babel run, the first stage 35-second run, a try, but I don't know about blindfolded. Which one's easier?
Definitely Ghost Babel. Definitely Ghost Babel. If you all did a stage 1 Ghost Babel world record, that would be really funny. And I hope you all do it. I hope I can convince you all to do it at some point.
Another cool thing from the whole blindfolded speedrunning is that Apache has found this new trick. I call it the Mike Wazowski trick, based off of Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc., and that it covers up the Marine logo. You can take a picture of the Marine logo when it's covered, when a big ass crate is right in front of it.
Yeah, so you know the crate that Snake hides behind when Ocelot takes over the tanker and steals Ray.
Yeah.
When he first sees him, he moves and he hides behind that crate. In the actual room, you can just roll behind that crate and take a picture generally in the area of Ray, and the game registers it as the Marine logo's photo. So it's a new strat I found for Hold 3. We used to have to go all the way around and go up to the Marine logo's photo, but I found a position that you can get into in blindfolded where you can take a picture of the back of the crate, basically, and it comes up as the Marine logo photo.
Damn.
But I do love that you call it the Mike Wazowski strat.
I was talking about it with Nick when he was actually, it's funny because he was streaming. Hope I'm saying this right. Nick RP Green. He was streaming and he had that side by side, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to try those new tricks Apache was showing." I was like, "Yeah, you mean the Mike Wazowski trick?" And I thought that was funny. But he's also, he's also kind of killing it on the blindfold runs too. So yeah, go you, Nick. Thanks for indulging us with your 750 follower goal.
Yeah, he picked it up one day. I mean, he is a Metal Gear speedrunner as well, but he picked it up, and on his first day, he got a 14-minute time. So it can be picked up really quickly.
I was gonna say the next few topics are a bit touchy here. Do we want to address MGS-Con? Or Project Mercury, or Kojima?
Yeah, we can talk about those.
Did everyone see that Project Mercury trailer?
Yeah.
Right, so it randomly got posted in MGSR. It said Metal Gear Solid 2. I was like, what the hell is this? So I open it, and instantly I hear Shaine's voice, and I'm like, yes, what is this?
It kills me because I thought it was a book like for a long time because that was the first thing I heard was Shaine's voice. I was like, it's a book. But no, it's a whole ass game.
Yeah, so they're doing a game that is set before the events of Metal Gear Solid 3. Where you play as a young boss. And they made a great effort in that trailer to show that it was running in engine. I assume this is some sort of like I didn't really understand why they did it, but was it to prove that it's a playable gameplay and not like a video of the gameplay? Why did they make that choice?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they're just trying to show like proof of concept kind of right now. It is Operation. It's Operation. So there's two trailers. Like if you look at it, there's one from 9 months ago that's Operation Cobra, and then you have the most recent one that's Operation Mercury. So
this is a fan game. Just because we haven't said this is a fan made game.
Yeah, it's over on Aquatic Cloud. Is the account like the YouTube behind it, but.
And for sake, like just full disclosure here, admittedly, I am just straight up calling it Mercury Project because as someone who is interested in this and wants to see where it goes, I don't want to be partially responsible for Konami like shitting the bed legally.
Yeah, I mean it's worth talking about like how many of these projects, not like Konami projects, but like every single video game fan game gets shut down. Once it reaches that pivotal point. It gets to a certain point, and then they just go, no, cut that shit out now. And like
it happened with the Shadow Moses project, that one that was supposed to be just like virtual reality, pretty much like first person, and they even said like it wasn't going to be like full gameplay really. It was going to be just like a walking around looking at the environments type deal, but no, that even got shut down. And it's not even like a hey, we're not making money off of this thing. It's just like you're using our IP to like raise awareness of your product that isn't by us. And if people search for it, then you might come up instead of us, and that's an issue. So I don't know. It's a legal minefield calling it Metal Gear Solid 2. I think they should just maybe call it Operation Mercury or Operation Cobra, and like drop that, just keep the subtitle and just drop that Metal Gear part. And then you can tell this story that's, I mean, even on Metal, like it did its best at being like a parody, but like the people that played Metal Gear obviously were like, oh, this is a Metal Gear parody. Like, it has like enough of the characteristics where it's not like, this dude's got, this guy's name is Solid Snake. It's like, no, his name's Jesse. Like, that's what they need to do here. It's like, I see what they want to do. And like, now that we all kind of get it, it's like, all right, yeah, we get this as a Metal Gear fan game. I think they should definitely, just ditch that part of the title and still do this. And maybe don't call her the Joy or Boss at any point. Just give her another name.
I mean, maybe consider this an art from adversity thing. And I'm not trying to tell them how they play to make their game, but it would be kind of interesting to see sort of like that analog, if we weren't able to use if they weren't able to use those official names. Because I mean, the Cobra unit's already pretty metaphorical and symbolic as it is. So adding that extra element, I don't know, could be an interesting change. But that's if they need to change it. I feel bad for even bringing this up now because it's like I don't want to put a negative damper like what's gonna happen, but it's just I'm constantly worried for them.
I adore that someone like is like cares enough about the story that they want to see a story told that like it's one of the main ones that people ask for when they talk about what could they do with another Metal Gear game.
Yeah,
and it always like young Boss is like, must be top 3 of the stories people want told.
And it was one of the ones that Kojima wanted to, wasn't it? And like they said, it wasn't that at one point like the game that they were gonna make instead of Rising, like that was like another one of the routes that they were gonna possibly go at that point. Yeah. And then that team was like, he was like, this is too much for that team, I think. I'm sure if Nitroid were here, he'd have a history lesson about that, but
I was gonna say, like, we have something at least, because like you have covers and stuff like that, which I don't know how much overlap is there between that and like how you would handle like a music. Like, like you said, it's a bit of a nuance with what is like what considered parody and acceptable use, and you know what they'd have an issue with, and so
with music, it's like with the way that music rights are distributed. It's like there's the recording, and then there's like the composition. So with me, I'm not doing the same recording with a lot of like my music covers. But I am like following the original composition. So, you know, there's certain ways where it's like, okay, cool, that's a cover instead of remixing the official audio. That's when more legal stuff, you know, when I use that original recording and then try to make money off of that, they're like, all right, that's ours actually.
Yeah. I mean, none of us here are lawyers. I nearly said solicitors, but none of you would know what that is. None of us here are solicitors, but we're all pretty much agreeing on the fact that you can't call your game Metal Gear Solid 2.
So. Yeah, probably want to change that.
But I love it. I love the idea of it. I'm excited to see more from them. And Shaine's in it. And Wes is in it as well. We haven't heard Wes in it yet, but we know that she's in it somewhere. There's a whole list of people credited. If you look at that trailer, there's a whole list of names underneath, and they're people from the community. So it's obvious that they're doing their research into who does what and speaking to cool people. I want everything. I want the world for them. I really do. I want the world for them.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see someone doing that.
Yeah, because all it really takes at one point too is just like, you know, they start to put it out, and then fucking like Kotaku is like, you'll never believe how cool this Metal Gear fan game is, and it's like, and you're done. Like, you know, now people got to pirate it if they want to play it. So it's like, if you want this to, you know, stay around and be a game that people can download and play, and like, you know, as long as you're not making. I don't know. Well, I mean, shit, you probably could actually make money off of it that way. Like if you're not using the direct assets and, you know, the different likenesses and shit. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
We'll wish them luck.
Absolutely.
If they come out with a book component, I'll read that too.
Yeah, there's plenty of stories that could be told within that time frame too. Like that's like a really open area that you could do a lot with, like just the philosophers and, you know, just the Wiseman's committee being involved, or just the boss just doing badass World War II era shit, you know, like it's just like a full playground to write new stories in. So
okay, it's so funny. Speaking of stealth games, it's so funny because it's like I was like, what the fuck was this that fingers linked on the channel or the notes?
Yeah.
And then I remember the convert critters.
Yeah.
I saw gifs of it on Tumblr.
Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna like, it's not necessarily weird, but it's covert critter. You're just like a dinosaur, I guess. I don't know. And you're sneaking around, and it's Metal Gear like gameplay. I mean, it looks, you know, pretty aesthetically like Metal Gear Solid 1. So here's the cool thing though. Apparently they did this in 12 fucking days.
Yeah.
So that alone is just like, okay, you know, we gotta definitely look at this at a different, but still, I mean, it looks really neat.
It does look neat, and I'm a sucker for like I was never into I played games back then when, you know, when indie games were associated with like 8-bit, 16-bit graphics. Wasn't too into that, but I appreciated it. But I'm a sucker for like that low poly, PS1 32-bit era type look. And Covert Critter really hits it.
Yeah, it activates a certain part of the nostalgia brain just looking at the game. Yeah. It looks nuts. And yeah, 12 days to make this. It looks really good. I'm definitely gonna give this a try.
Yeah, I think that's a free download right now.
It is, yeah. Play the full game free. Yeah.
Yes, between this and Stray, my heart is just like, ugh, with gaming right now. Too much cute.
Have you started Stray yet?
I haven't played it yet. One of my friends is playing through it, and he's gonna let me know if it's too sad or not. And then once I get that confirmation, I'll buy it.
I never considered that. That's actually a worry, but yeah, people are losing their mind over Stray in the same way people kind of went wild about Morbius. It's got a lot of similarities with the way people are acting about Stray online at the moment. I really hope that actually converts to game sales for them.
Maybe get Stray 2 out of it. Or a re-release.
It kind of reminds me of when Untitled Goose Game came out, and not just because, the comparative and like animal playing an animal, but also just like, the reaction and also how they sort of enhance the gameplay. I haven't played it yet, but seeing things like being able to like trip security guards and also like, scratch up somebody's couch, which my couch looks like shit because of my cat. But little elements like that, folks say that, hey, this game is just getting attention because it has a cat in it. Well, it's not just really, oh, it's a cute cat, but I like how they've sort of, like Untitled Goose Game, added elements of being an annoying goose very intuitively. It seems like Stray is very intuitively adding different ways you can like effectively RP a cat.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a dedicated meow button. I mean, you can't really go wrong with dedicated.
Untitled Goose Game had a honk button.
Exactly, yeah. So more similarities there for sure.
I think I will give Stray a go.
Yay! No, really, I didn't
Blindfolded run.
Yeah.
We need to get more Stray speedrunners. More representation for Stray.
Oh, Stray is. I mean, I'm putting money on Stray being at GDQ, the next GDQ.
Yeah, I could definitely see that as long as it's not too long, which I don't think it will be.
It's like 5 hours, I think. We're not counting the collectibles.
So a speed run that's like 4 minutes.
Can you imagine like the cat, like them doing some like crazy map skip shit, and like the cat just fucking like rockets to the last level.
Clipping.
Meow clipping.
This is the meow clip, and there's some weird movement tech where it's like cat walking and they walk backwards and it goes fast. I don't know what's gonna come out, but like I'm certain as well as you that Stray is gonna be at the next GTQ. I'm sure of it.
And then we'll be right there beside it with our Palace of the Dead and or RE5 run dressed as Doug Walker.
I'll dress as Corey Taylor.
Nobody's gonna fucking get this.
You really have cursed me by introducing me to Doug Walker. You really have ruined my life.
I'm not gonna talk about it too much, just because this isn't the Walker frequency. This is the Kojima frequency.
Not yet.
Doug, not yet. Like Doug, it's ironic, right? Because it's like I don't like Doug Walker bashing is really easy. Let's not kid ourselves. But there's something just so like weirdly nostalgic about it because it takes me back. Like his work never really improved from a technical capacity. So it's like I'm always going back to YouTube in 2008. Like it's a very reminiscent time, and I think it's really ironic that Doug made a career out of calling out the more cringeworthy elements of old media that children used to watch, because that's essentially what we've done with his entertainment now today. Like he's literally that old entertainment that we used to watch that just hasn't aged well.
This is the last thing I'll say about it, then I'll shut up forever. The guy's literally my display picture at the moment. I think there's something like so brave or so like foolhardy about taking a classic album and classic like cinematic piece. I mean, The Wall was an album and it was a film and it was a tour as well. And a lot of people like The Wall, and I'm not like a huge Wall fan. I'm not a huge Pink Floyd fan or anything, but a lot of people are. They fucking love that album, and just like the idea that you can not only make fun of it, but like recreate it into this jokey thing, and you can rewrite the lyrics to this entire album. And make something that is, because anytime you do a recreation like this, you're trying to improve, you're trying to iterate and improve on the original, right? And it's like, it's the fucking Wall. You're Doug Walker. Just stop. It's just absolutely intoxicating. It's so fascinating to me. I can't stop thinking about it, but I am going to shut up about it now.
I'm just going to insert that Anthony Fantano quote.
It certainly sounds bad. This sounds bad. This is terrible. The singing is shit.
I was going to say, if you would have cut all this non sequitur out, I do not blame you. This past week, like, I was going to segue this into, like, how crazy Kojima's week's been, but fuck that. Our week has been Doug Walker themed, and it has been a ride.
I'm keeping it in. Yeah, Kojima has had a crazy past few weeks. I mean, I'm glad he's back to tweeting about, Metal Gear and stuff. But for a while there, he was pretty quiet, and it really sucks the reason that he probably had to be quiet. And my guess, and we'll go into it, but like my guess is that there was some kind of like legal gag order for him to just not make a statement for a few days. Like I don't know, but that's like kind of what I think might have happened there.
Yeah.
But the basic happening of this was Shinzo Abe was assassinated, and of course, leave it up to the internet. Good old 4chan started mixing around pictures with Kojima and his various outfits. Him next to Che Guevara wearing a Russian hat, just stuff like that, and started putting out the pictures together and associating it with him being the killer. And eventually news organizations picked it up and started running it, and even a Greek TV station ran it. And Kojima, the Kojima Productions, Twitter, they basically came out and said that, legal action will probably be done.
Yeah, it was more passionate than the Konami statement about putting back the games. I'll tell you that for one. But it was a pretty stern statement, like, hey, we're going to look into legal recourse for this. I mean, like you fingers,
Good.
I'm not sure what exactly that entails, but I'm like, good, like, fuck this shit. Like,
yeah,
it really made me sad. Like that was just a shit day. I remember that day. I cannot imagine what it would feel like to open up like your social media and see your pictures being associated with like a murder that's just happened where you live. Like it's surreal. It was awful. It was really awful. And I do hope they sues the shit out of them. I do hope they can't, like, in the future that they kind of like check this stuff. I mean, you're supposed to report the news. You're not supposed to report things that you read on the internet. That's not news. Do some fucking research. Like, what are you even for? I hate television. I hate the news.
Yeah,
it's so bullshit. Like,
the irony is just so thick here. I mean, you have the creator of fucking Metal Gear Solid 2 just being like, hey guys, this fake information shit on the internet's gonna get out of control, and then boom, the whole world's like broadcasting that you're a killer of the president of your country, and it's like, all right, this guy, just like,
I told you guys about this. It's sort of like the guy who invented the guillotine getting like his head chopped off by a guillotine.
Yeah. And there were so many jokes to make, and I just couldn't do it. I was like, and I didn't even want to share. And like, there was obviously some decent jokes made of the situation, especially because of what you guys were just talking about. The creator of Metal Gear Solid 2 was falsely accused of killing the president of former prime minister of Japan. It was so on the nose that you can't believe it's happening while it was happening.
Yeah,
it's too on the nose. It's too on the nose that Kojima wouldn't put that in his game. It's too far for even him.
I wonder if the person was like a Metal Gear fan. Like, it's like, did they even know?
Definitely, 100%. The person who put it on, the person who posted that originally on 4chan was making that joke, right? Surely they were. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit, but
I think it started as a joke, and then some like actual French politician or official was like, "This is the guy," and then that's when shit kind of got like out of hand. Not saying that like making light of an assassination is always the best idea.
Yeah.
When shit is still going down and the information's still kind of leaking out there. But yeah, I think it was originally just sort of like, haha, and then it kind of went out of hand. Somebody took it with bad faith.
I mean, that's really where the news stations have got to do their like due diligence on their end and just like run basic checks on stuff. I mean, I've got the Kojima Productions tweet pulled up, and it says, Kojima Productions strongly condemns the spread of fake news and rumors that convey false information. We do not tolerate such libel and will consider taking legal action in some cases. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's like when you're at this level, it's like, yeah, this is libel and slander. Like, this isn't playing around anymore. This is you're going to get in trouble if you make these types of memes, fellas. So chill it out. Everybody's going too crazy on the internet these days.
But outside of, well, I feel like I'm saying outside of that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? But outside of that incident, I mean, Kojima seemed to have had a better time, these past few days celebrating the 35th anniversary, tweeting out those facts about MG2. He also announced that they're doing a making of Death Stranding, which I'm really excited for. He's been posting clips from that. He got to see Thor, bought himself a Loki pamphlet.
He only saw Thor 4. That's it. That's all he had to say about it, is that he saw it. So I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
What else is there? We already talked about him doing the spirit bomb, but it seems like he's on the up and up now, which is good. It makes me happy.
Yeah, he's back to working on whatever this weird vertical monitor project is that he keeps showing up. Oh, there's another clock. Damn it.
Yeah, I
don't get the clock thing. We're all going to be just like checking our watches like while we're playing games later, like in a year from now, like looking at the time all the time or something. It's going to be some weird game mechanic.
I think I was going to say, I was looking for Kojima tweets maybe to talk about like how he's kind of on the up and up. And the first thing I see is there is a Solid Snake workout project or Solid Snake workout regimen that Shaine just posted. And I'm trying to lose some weight for some events in August. So I think I'm going to start doing that. So thanks, Shaine.
Oh, is it one of those like do one of these and then do like 20 of these type things?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, 20 elbow strikes, 20 knee strikes. Yeah.
I get a good thigh workout trying to recreate that like prone walking, crawling that you can do after like subsistence.
Yeah, if you do it to the shop, people look at you weird. I'm just going to the shop and then crawl the whole way.
That sounds like you're saying that from experience, dude.
No, I never leave my house, to be honest. So,
did we talk about MGSCon?
We did not.
Not yet. No.
People are losing their fucking mind over that shit. Right? Like,
yeah, that's another thing I'm like very touchy about right now because I don't know shit about it. But damn, as it caused some ruckus. I'm just like, okay, y'all, just let me know when the dates are. I'll be there.
Yeah.
It went from this thing as a scam to, I'm not sure about the socio-economic climate of the planet at the moment, that it's really cost-effective and really a good thing to do to run a convention. It's like, are you an economics expert or a fucking Metal Gear fan?
Admittedly, myself, I'm excited, but at the same time, I know how much of an uphill battle it is with, your first year of cons. I mean, it's become a meme at this point. So I'm just praying for Amanda. Like, she's having to put this all together on top of dealing with these critics. I just want to have a good time,
Yeah, 100%. And like, I think a lot of us in the community have just been going to her privately and saying, like, yeah, how can we help? Like, what can we do? Like,
yeah,
we all really want this to happen. Like, how can we help to make that happen? And I've always liked Amanda. The first video I ever saw by Amanda, like, it was so weird to see people act like she was the worst one was like when it was implied she was scamming people, because of all the fans that I've met in this community, she's one of the biggest. Amanda, the first video I ever saw by her was her, like, she was just driving to work in a car, just explaining the entire plot of Metal Gear Solid 2. So she's driving, she doesn't have any notes, and she's just recalling it all perfectly from memory. That's awesome. The first video I ever saw, and I was like, I need to be friends with this person. She seems fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, definitely running a con is, it's a huge endeavor, but she does have a lot of people that are, coming in and offering support, and, I've offered music, Patchy, I think you've offered, doing either speedrunning stuff, also doing some music stuff, do a back-to-back DJ set. I don't give a shit. That'd be fun.
Whatever she needs. Whatever she needs.
Exactly. So, I've got some experience with con stuff. It's definitely a lot, but if you get the right people and you kind of delegate it out, it can definitely be done. I think it'd be a blast. I mean, that's not something where the only thing that's similar I could maybe think is like like the Metal Gear in concert, where like everybody kind of dresses up and shows up that way, but there's not too many dedicated Metal Gear events.
No, there's really not anything. And there was a period, not even that long ago, it seems, where everyone was talking how cool it would be if it happens. and then a person says, I'm going to try and do this.
Yeah.
And then everyone freaked out and was like, don't you dare do this. No, it was just, I don't know.
Well, it doesn't help that like we're in a post DashCon world, right? So some of that apprehension, just comes from the internet, like assuming that every single like con startup is going to end up like DashCon or whatever.
Yeah, and that was such of like more of a generic thing, like or like just like a general con. It didn't really have like a big theme, I guess. Where it's like Metal Gear can be a lot more focused, and it's like, okay, what do we got here? We've got the speedrunners, we've got the cosplayers, we've got all these different aspects of the fandom. You've got artists.
Well, I think it's less of the topic itself and more of the logistics, right?
Sure.
Because the big issue, I mean, they had their organizations, they had their radio, they had, I don't even remember what, Welcome to the Night Vale, Doctor Who, Avengers, whatever the fuck it was. I think it was just a matter of, not having the folks with the experience needed to build that all together, which I believe is an exception here, because just from what y'all said, it seems like there's enough folks with experience to put it together.
Yeah, that's the good thing about that being in the past, is that we can look at that and go, okay, here's what not to do. Like, this didn't work.
No ball pits.
Look, we've all watched. Oh, there's definitely going to be a ball pit. We've like me and you, Chelsea. We've watched all the documentaries about DashCon. We've watched all the documentaries about Fire Festival. And you think about DashCon, they expected 7,000 people. I mean, they had completely unrealistic expectations with no data to back it up, and they just got way in over their heads with different stuff. They didn't pay anyone. They expected to pay people on the day. That kind of thing, right? There's so many huge mistakes and red flags, and that culminated in some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen in my whole life. I wish I went to DashCon. I would have loved to have said I'd been there. And then Fire Festival, the only reason I'm glad I never went to Fire Festival is people were trapped on a friggin' island in the mid, like in Great Exuma. Like, people were literally trapped and couldn't get a flight home. If you went to DashCon, it was terrible. It would be hilarious. Like, am I wrong about that? Like, it'd be so funny.
I'm glad that you did mention that whole, like, their expectation being thousands of folks. Because for me, the ideal scenario with MGS Con is sort of a smaller get together, maybe at a smaller venue, and very, very, but still very like intimate. So that's just me.
Yeah, as long as she's scaling to the amount of people she's going to have there, it's going to be an amazing time. That's what I'm all about. I just want to be there with people who also want to be there, and seeing all my friends on, like, especially my friends on the West Coast who are not necessarily into Metal Gear, but I'll get them to come too. Be a chance to, because I'm from the UK, I don't get to really go to America like all the time, and it's difficult to plan a trip and just go say like, oh, I've got this friend here, I'm just going to go fly over to America and meet them. But when I do stuff like this, I can meet as many people at the same time. So it's just, personally, I'm feeling really positive about the whole thing.
There's so many people too that, yeah, you've got these friends that are just like the online friends that, otherwise you'd probably never ever meet in person. But like, this is like the community that I've got, enough friends in that, like, it's like, hell yeah, let's all meet up at this one place and have a good time. Like that sounds like actually like a good time that I would,
Yeah, personally, like, for me, I'm fortunate because there's no situation where I could go to California and have a bad time. It's going to be great for me no matter what. Like, I'm going to just have an awesome time.
LA's fun as shit.
I'm just, I think if you're stressed or concerned about it, that's fine. Like, I just think it's weird to be like, to say like it's a bad idea and you shouldn't do it because of your views on economics or like whatever. Like, that's someone else's worry. That's for whoever's running it, right? Yeah. As long as they're not taking people's money and running off, and they're not misadvertising what it is, and they don't say they're going to do something and then not do it, that kind of thing. They're not lying to people. As long as they're earnestly trying to do the event that they're planning, I don't really think it's fair to kind of give them advice and chime in on it. Like, it's just kind of weird to me, I guess.
That's what was really unfair to Amanda, is like, she didn't have anything against her necessarily to deserve that criticism. That was just more like general criticism where people were like, oh, I know about Fire Festival, I know about DashCon, like, you're that. And it's like, come on.
Yeah, like she's not like
exactly. So it's I think it's in good hands.
And yeah, you know those Fire Festival documentaries and the DashCon documentaries and so on. Do you know who else has watched all those? Amanda. Like, she thinks that shit's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, she isn't thinking, oh, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, just like just all the best. And yeah, we'll definitely get her on here at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
that was what I was gonna say next. Is hopefully in the coming time between this happens and now, we can have Amanda come on the show and give us some more exciting details. So
yeah, for now you can follow that Twitter it's at MGSCon, all one word. But yeah, slowly details will start trickling about that, and I think she's in contact with like some of the casting people with Metal Gear, and I'm sure to maybe get some of like the voice actors involved and stuff. So just keep an eye out for updates, and should be a good time. Definitely fill out any like feedback form she's got. Like, that stuff actually helps with events like this. So,
yes.
or attendance, like roll call stuff. Like, that's the kind of things that she'd have to show like hotels or whatever venues. Like, I've got this many people interested, and they're like, okay, cool, you can do it here. So that's where we're at with this right now.
That's our second call to arms for this episode. Blindfold runs and con shit.
If you kind of want to know who she is or anything about it, just send her a message. Like, she's really chill. She's genuinely just a nice person, to be honest.
Yeah, she's on Twitter at It's Amanda Lemon. Follow her for MGSCon updates as well. They do have a website too, just mgscon.com. That's the general website. Got oh man, I do love the little art by Oh That's Raspberry on there. That's something that's not in the notes. Oh That's Raspberry's memes have, I think, come into everybody's lives lately and just made it so much better. Those designs of Snake and everybody else are just so fucking cute.
Yeah, I love her. I love her artwork. It just, because it's such like a raw, like, she's going through Metal Gear Solid 3 and this is her interpretation of it, and I'm seeing it and like, I play this game every day and I'm like, oh my god, that's so true. That's so true. That's so true. When she drew one and it was Snake climbing the ladder with the music playing and his stomach's growling, and I have had that experience every day for like 2 years. It's so good. I don't know. It just they make me happy.
I love when like comics like that come along. Like, there's like the Hi, I'm Daisy back in the day, and just all those classic Metal Gear artists that just did like long running series. I can't wait to see what she comes up with. She's funny as shit.
she just finished 3 and she's like, oh my god, this series has changed my life. And it's like, it's so great that she's just played Solid 1, 2, and 3 in current year, and she's like, these are the greatest games I've made. Like, it's just wonderful that they're timeless, and like, people are still having that genuine experience with it even now.
Yeah, it's definitely cool seeing like new generations come into Metal Gear, and just like everybody's just, for the most part, the people that play with, and stick with it, they're pretty like enamored by it. They enjoy the fuck out of it. They're like, wow, this is one of the coolest things. We're just sitting there like, I've been telling you, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's one of those series that seems like getting people in like that first little bit. It's like, come on. That's like the hardest part.
Just pulling up in a van. I want to play some Metal Gear.
Isn't that what Wes is pretty much doing for folks that are getting into her series?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you've got Wes like teaming up with Oh That's Raspberry doing like voiceover stuff on that. And it's just making it that much better. I hope that keeps going.
Yeah, it's been a trip.
Did you see that with Otacon and Snake? He's like,
why do you smell like pee? Why do you smell like pee?
Yeah. Well, we pretty much covered all the notes here. Like, lots of very brief but very touchy subjects, I feel.
Yep.
I feel like a lot of shit has happened, but like, there's a lot of hope, and like, I feel like the best is yet to come with Metal Gear this year.
For sure, yeah.
I see what you did there.
That was definitely good. Yeah, it seems like with kind of Ami coming out and saying, the games are coming back, that at least shows us it's like, okay, at least there's something there. Like, okay, cool. And then, the community, of course, is just fucking carrying it lately, so that's always good to see. Metal Gear lives on. I hate when people say Metal Gear is dead. I'm like, no, the fuck it isn't. Legends never die.
I've just been having like a great time recently in this community, and yeah, I just hope it continues like that. I'm in a really good mood.
Yeah, like remixing the track the other day, I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, Metal Gear like always like makes me like enjoy, like it's always like fun working on those tracks. It's like the compositions underneath and everything. I don't know. It keeps bringing me back into it. I'm like, all right, what other one can I do? I don't get tired of covering that series.
Yeah, there's still so many tracks, and it's funny because there's so much music in the games that occasionally you'll find a track and you'd be like, well, I've never heard this before. It's so good.
Yeah, it was weird. The other night we were watching that stream where like the person's audio wasn't working all the way, and we were only hearing like the music, and like the dialogue was all cut out. So like we were hearing these like tracks that like we had never heard like by themselves before. We're like, whoa. So I don't know. There's a lot too that I really want to go in and just like sample and kind of like what Burial did with that, you know, like I kind of want to go in and do like some of that stuff where it's like, oh, that's from that part of it, you know, just the really dark orchestral shit.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to kind of get into stuff like that.
And mix it up with Ray J. No, just kidding.
All right, well, cool. Happy 35th, y'all, and 32nd. Awkward ass anniversary.
Yeah, happy holidays, y'all. Thanks for joining. Thanks for celebrating with us.
Patchy, you got anything else to sign off?
I'm gonna get that blindfolded world record. If by the time you hear this, if I don't have blindfolded tanker world record, my name and display picture on Twitter will be Doug Walker.
He loses his mind, so you don't have to.